Thanksgiving Eve. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, one and all. Rob Ellis, Tone to Shields, hanging out with you. What is up, Mr. Tone? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Got a lot of cooking to do, but I'm excited, man. And I'm glad to be here with you. So let's have a fun show, man.
Wait, are you the primary chef? Are you the preparer more than your wife?
So I'll put it to you this way. I'm a bit more aware in the kitchen. I'll say
more
that.
Aware.
I'll say more aware.
What does that mean? More aware. That means you're a better cook. That's what you're trying to say.
That's the most politically correct way that I can answer the question.
More aware in the kitchen. Okay.
I'm a bit more aware in the kitchen.
Okay. Is that for most meals, or is that just for this one that takes a little bit more prep than, say, the others do?
See, I like cooking. So, I'll be in the kitchen and, I'll always say, hey, listen, I'll make this, I'll make that, and plus, I work from home. So
yeah, you can do a little more prep. Like you have the ability.
Yeah. Exactly. I can do a little bit more prep, all that kind of stuff. And I'm here. So, I like cooking, I'm patient when I cook. You know what I mean? I enjoy the process. Okay. My wife can be a little impatient in the kitchen. And I'm a firm believer. How you feel comes off of your cooking. So if you're impatient, if you're just trying to get it done, the meal is going to taste that way.
Okay.
So when you take time, when you put effort into what you're doing, the people are going to taste that. Again, I'm a bit more aware in the kitchen, and I have a higher threshold for patience in the kitchen.
Boy, oh boy, man, you are trained well in the marriage game, my friend. All right,
of course, man. Of course, I fail in other areas, but that's the one area I'm pretty sharp in.
What's up, Brandon? What's up, Chuck? What is up, Niners? What's up, Brian? What's up, Jason? Bry Guy, Rome, Blutorian, Jim G, Rich. What is up? Did I get Chuck? I think I got Chuck. M. Reyes. Everybody, hope you're doing well out there. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, so I can do the basics in the kitchen, but you don't want me near having to really prepare like a turkey or anything like big time. You don't want that. Well, trust me.
A turkey is hard because I think making a turkey is hard. You got to make sure it's thawed out completely. Then you got to put your arm in it and gut, all that kind of stuff.
Let's go back to the thawing thing for a minute. So my son ran up to this. We had enough points at our local supermarket where we got the free turkey. That works when you shop at a place for a certain, whatever.
Right.
So he went out and got one. I think it was like 14 pounds, something like that. We're having, like my mother-in-law, my two sister-in-laws, my brother-in-law, her niece, whatever. We're having a few people over. Not a ton.
You don't have any siblings?
I don't. Yeah, I'm an only child, and my parents passed. So, so we got that size bird, okay, but it was fully frozen, and my son picked it up last night, and we're like, damn, that's going to take it takes like 4 or 5 days to really thaw out one that's that size. But what they tell you to do is we got our big a big pot, okay, like a good size pot where it can fit in there. What they tell you they tell you to put it in not warm. You would not. I think my natural thought would be warm.
No, not warm.
No,
like
cool temperature-ish.
Yeah, room temperature. Yeah. Never food for thought. Anybody in the kitchen never thaw anything out. Never thaw anything out with hot water. Never do that.
Yeah. So, but what you're supposed to do is every 90 minutes, 2 hours ish, depending, change the water out.
Yep.
Fresh water. So I've been on that duty since 7:00 this morning. So that's when I run up during the break one time, I'll be dumping and refilling. I just did it before we started, so we should be good for a minute.
I literally just took out everything. That's why I was a little late. I literally took out everything so I can make sure it's thawed out by the time I start cooking. And
yeah, exactly. So That's about that's the extent of what I'm doing. I will be cleanup man. I will clean everything up. I will move things. I got to do some stuff
He said,
outside.
"I will move things."
Yes, that's what I'm good at.
I like that.
Keep me out of the skilled labor department, and I'll be fine. Give me all the grunt work you could possibly find.
It's so funny you say that. I'm the type of person in the kitchen where I clean as I cook. So
I'm like that too. I don't want something piled up to the ceiling. I can't deal with that. So I'm with you. I will work as I go. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, man. It's my first time making Thanksgiving dinner for myself and the family I'm trying to build. Me and my wife, it'll be our first Thanksgiving, doing things on our own. We've always relied on our parents for that kind of stuff and our in-laws. So yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah. And anybody want to chime in? What you got going on, what the plans, how many people, where you're headed. Look, people who go out for Thanksgiving, good for you, man. You don't have to deal with the prep, the cleanup, any of that, man. It's just awesome. Coach Marcus, who joined us yesterday, he's going to be putting the brisket in the smoker at lunchtime. Okay. I like that.
I like that.
Some people go the ham route. Some people don't.
I love ham. I prefer ham and turkey.
Ham. Same.
What?
Same. I would have no problem. Like if people were just like, you know what, this Thanksgiving, let's just do ham. Yep.
I'm totally with that. You know what I mean? But the only way I can eat turkey really if it's like a deep fried turkey.
Deep fry. My buddy does it. He does it in his yard. He deep fries it. He has a deep fryer.
Same thing.
Drops that bad boy in there, man, and boom, it's good to go. And
my dad started deep frying his turkeys. I think he started deep frying his turkeys a handful of years back, maybe 5 years back or something like that, and he hasn't stopped since. And I can't eat turkey any other way. Otherwise, I feel like it's too dry.
Yep.
But you deep fry turkey, man. What?
There's an art to it, man.
There's art to it. To the point where my dad, he doesn't just deep fry his own. Yeah, like my aunts or
he's doing like the whole neighbor.
Yeah. Like people, hey, they call my dad Manny. Me and him have the same name, but they call him Manny. They say, hey, Manny, can you deep fry my turkey this year? He's like, how big is it?
Yeah. That's what they do to my buddy. Like the neighbors all come over and they're like, dude, can I get in line? And he loves it. He sits out there. He's got a cooler of beer and he has fun with it. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. Everybody gets taken care of. All right. So a lot to get to. Eagles, because of the quick week, Tone, they're back at it because today's Wednesday. They're playing Sunday. So they're practicing today in anticipation of the Bills. So at 1:00 today, we're going to talk to Mike Catalana. Mike Catalana covers the Bills and has covered the Bills for years in the Buffalo area. And he's just flat out excellent at what he does. I actually sat down with him yesterday. We did some stuff. He was asking me about the Eagles, but he's at 13 WHAM and Buffalo Plus YouTube. So we're going to talk to him. He's actually a South Jersey guy who's been in the Buffalo area for a very long time. So I'm trying to figure this Buffalo team out because I'm staring at I was looking at the numbers, dude. It doesn't make sense that this is a 6-5 team. I'm just telling you, they're 7th offensively in scoring. They're 4th in defensive scoring. And there's other like metrics and stats that you're like, doesn't make any sense. When you land on the turnovers is when you start to really, I think, peel off the layers of the onion here with this team. But I really hope, I don't think the Eagles will, but I really hope the Eagles and Eagles fans aren't totally sleeping on this Bills team because there's talent there and they're desperate. Because the way I view it, I'm not even sure they can lose one more game. They can maybe lose one and still get in as a bottom wild card in the AFC. But I'm not even sure about that with 5 losses already. So this is not going to be an easy one. Trust me.
No, you're absolutely right. It's so funny. The AFC, it's so tight. Even from the 3rd seed or 2nd seed all the way down to the 7th, even further down to maybe the 10th or 12th seed. Any of those teams can really sneak into the playoffs because they're all within a game or a game and a half of each other. Let's really think about this, right? The Bills currently are the 8th seed. Ahead of them are the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6-4. Texans are 6-4 at the 6th seed. Cleveland Browns are 7-3 with the 5th seed. Dolphins are 7-3 with the 4th seed. Jaguars 3rd seed. Chiefs 2nd seed. Those teams are all 7-3. Then the Ravens are the number 1 seed at 8-3.
Yep.
But again, that's only with the Buffalo Bills being 6-5 and the Ravens being 8-3. That's only a 2-game span. Only 2 games. What's stopping Baltimore from losing 2 games.
Nothing.
And Buffalo, I don't know, stringing together 3. All of a sudden, they're back in the mix. So it's just the AFC is so unpredictable right now. It's so crazy to the point where the Denver Broncos have a chance to get in. They're 5-5, with the 7th seed being 6-4.
That is crazy.
That is that tight. So
considering the way they started too, that's
yeah.
great.
So Buffalo's looking at this like, look, we're still in this thing.
Yeah,
right. They're very much still in this thing. I don't know if the Browns can hold on, but that defense is so good, you never really know. But again, staying on the Bills, they're talented, but they've experienced so many injuries on the defensive side of the ball. They lost Matt Milano. They lost their their superstar corner earlier in the year. Tre'Davious White, exactly. I think they've lost some other pieces on that side as well. But the bottom line is they're not the same team defensively. Defensively. And even though the stats say one thing, offensively, it seems like it's been a struggle. I've kept up with some of their games, and their score lines and all that. It just seems like they're struggling to sustain consistent offense, even though they're relatively efficient. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because hence they fired their offensive coordinator. Yeah. Ken Dorsey, Joe Brady took it over. So, and by the way, so I'm wide awake. Nobody's panicking.
Yeah, I don't know. Last week you were a little tight about the Chiefs.
This drives me nuts about where we are as a society. We now can't say that this is going to be a tough game. Don't overlook it. That's panic now. So I just have to be out here with pom-poms saying the Eagles are going to win by 50. The Eagles are going to win by 50 every week. Is that what we have to do?
No, I feel you.
Come on, man. Let's be better than that, okay? And you can enjoy the season that way, because part of the fun of the ride is the stress. Believe it or not. Think about Monday night, right? That was like white knuckle, agita-driven, like, that's fun. It's no fun.
It is
if
fun.
You're just
I'll be honest.
killing everybody. And believe me, would I like an easy ride to the Super Bowl? Of course I would. But
it's so funny. It's so funny you say how fun it is, because I'm watching that game with my wife on Monday, and of course, obviously the Chiefs were taking it to the Eagles in the first half physically, especially more than anything. That second half, man, you're seeing DeAndre Swift break that big run off the jet sweep, and me and my wife are like, he's like, he's just bobbing and weaving, shaking and all that kind of stuff through the traffic, and then he has the big screen catch, and then Hurts throws the bomb to Devontae Smith. They were just like this is the nature of the game.
That's what's making
this is what we love about it.
Playoff game, man. It was awesome.
It felt like a playoff game, So. And also, by the way, speaking of that game, did you know that was the most viewed, the most watched Monday Night Football game in the past 27 years?
28 million, something like that?
It's like 27.45, something like that. But still, you might as well say 28 million. Pretty damn remarkable.
It's insane. It really is.
Yeah, so, it begs the question, are the Philadelphia Eagles America's team now? I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
Well, look, that's not a coincidence. Look, you had the perfect setup here. You had the Super Bowl rematch. You had defending champs, runner-up champs, Andy Reid storylines, the Kelsey brothers storylines, everything.
The Taylor Swift storyline,
all of it was there, man. And you know what? We sideswiped we dodged a nice bullet, and I'm that she wasn't there. We didn't have to deal with that being beaten over our heads, so that was nice anyway. But it was unbelievable, and you got a great game. That's the other part. I'm sure one of the things that networks, this goes for radio, TV, us, whatever. One of the things you really want is TSL, time spent listening. You want people to stay. And with that game, it came down to the very last, the last play until that ball and the Eagles kneeled down. But the last completion from Mahomes, from the beginning to the end, you were invested in that game. Yeah. So it was, man.
That game gave you everything, didn't it? It gave you everything.
Really did.
It gave you bad weather. It gave you common opponents.
Yes.
It gave you narratives from the past and from the present.
Yeah.
Two of the best quarterbacks playing at the top of their craft right now. The golden child in Patrick Mahomes versus the overachiever or the underdog and Jalen Hurts and you know what I mean, the Kelsey brothers, like you said. There were just so many different things attached to that game. The game had ebbs and flows, and this Eagles offensive line, they're not playing the football we've ever thought they're playing their worst game. All of a sudden, they flip the script. The Eagles shut out the Chiefs in the second half. There were just so many intricate storylines. Will Patrick Mahomes complete the comeback? Will his receivers catch the ball? You know, the fumble, the interception. It was just so many storylines, so fun. A roller coaster ride.
It was great. It's what it's all about. You know,
it's what it's all about, man. But you always, to your point originally, got to always respect your opponent. And I respect the Buffalo Bills because they still have a top tier quarterback. They have a top tier wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think they have a top tier head coach, regardless of the struggles they're going through. They have a top tier head coach, and their defense still has some talent on it. So you still got to respect the opponent, nonetheless.
There's nothing like I think it's what makes the NFL so unique and so fun is the anticipation of the big game. And I'll be honest with you, dude. By the time that game kicked off Monday, I was done. Like it needed to. 15 days is too long. But the 7 day, you know, the build up week to week, and then the fun of either the agony of the defeat or the fun of breaking it down afterwards is what makes it the best because it's not oversaturated like other sports. It's not like, oh, there's another one tomorrow. Oh, there's another one tomorrow. You know, and that can be good and bad. Like the Sixers lost last night, a game they shouldn't have lost, and they play again tonight. So good for them. They can get right back on it. But, you know, it makes it more special because there's only 17 of them.
I was talking to my wife about that.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, you know, so did you see like the when Monday night was coming on, did you see the like the Snoop Dogg like rock cover of Phil Collins, Fill It in the Air? Did you see that?
Yes.
I was talking to my wife, and the first thing I said to her was, "Wow, the NFL sure puts their money in the right places. They know how to make it feel like an event, a movie. It's so theatrical. It pulls the emotions. The electric guitar, the Phil Collins cover, Feel It in the Air, the tension of the moment. They do such a good job at creating this ecosystem of just thrill." The show. And you know, when you think about the NBA, they give you so many games. You don't feel that with every matchup. But with the NFL, because it's a week-to-week thing, every game matters. Every matchup is this event. And Monday night, you know, Thursday night, Sunday night, you can't beat it. Monday night, I'm watching that thing from beginning to end, the way it was being set up. I'm like, yo, they are killing it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing that ever made it better was the Eagles win. And lo and behold, the football gods gave it to us.
I know. I agree with you. And it's one of the things that makes that sport so special. It really is. And
like
it was
Sunday night, Carrie Underwood kills it every Sunday night.
Oh, she's great, man. And look,
I'm not even a country fan, but that's the one country song I love.
Oh, for sure. And they smartly still use the old Monday Night Football theme, you know, and they do everything right. They really do. So it was, I'm not surprised the numbers are through the roof. They got a perfect game to go with all the hype and all the build up with it too. It was awesome, man. So we're going to do a lot of things Eagles wise. We're going to look at the defense, which held the Chiefs to 17 points, shut them out in the second half, held Mahomes to a career low in yards per catch, which is amazing. So we'll give Desai some love when you look at all the new faces that he's dealing with. We'll certainly discuss that. The Sixers lose in overtime, as I mentioned, the Cavaliers 122-119. Flyers play tonight. All right, it is Thanksgiving Eve. All right, so I want to hit you with this as our Eagles question. Tie both in, Eagles and Thanksgiving. Okay. All right. Which Eagle would you most like to invite over for Thanksgiving? You get. Let's go two. You get two. All right, they can have an and one. Now, it could be a player, could be a coach, could be front office. Whatever. You can go from owner to the last guy on the roster, whoever you want. You get two Eagles that you can invite. Who would it be?
You know what? Well, I thought about this, and obviously the easy choices are like the main guys, right? The starters. Those are like easy choices. One guy that came to mind because of his personality, he just seems like a fun guy to be around. Is Jordan Davis. He just seems like a good time. Always cracking jokes, always just in the moment. He's not going to spare anything on his plate, which is the ultimate respect. So I think Jordan Davis would definitely be my first choice for sure. Who will be your first choice?
So if I could have two, I'm going to go out of the box because I know what people's reaction is going to be. One of the guys I want over there is Jalen Hurts. And I know people are going to say, dude, he has no personality. Like, what are you doing?
No, he does. He does.
Right.
You gotta, he does.
That's why. Like, I want to get to really know him. I want the guard to go down. I want to see him crack a joke about the turkey, or I hate cranberries. Whatever. I want that. Yeah, I want to see the facade. Just let it down, and it's okay. And I'm not going to run and tell. It's just this stays here. It's our safe space. You can say whatever you want. Let's have some fun. So I want Jalen there, and I want Mailata there because we're going to do karaoke at the end of the night.
That's good. That's clever.
I'm going to have those two guys.
So you got the guy that can command the room in Hurts, and then you got the guy that can command the festivities in the end.
He's in charge of fun. Mailata is my fun guy. So when we're done and maybe a couple drinks are mixed in, whatever, we crank up the karaoke machine, and I know Mailata is going to tear it up. So I want those two, even though they're opposite personalities. I have different reasons for. I know Mailata is going to be fun. I'm not worried about that, but I want to get to know Jalen.
My second choice, right? So Jordan Davis is my first choice. He's bringing the fun.
Yeah.
My second choice is kind of similar to yours, Devontae Smith.
Oh, okay.
Devontae Smith, he's such a laid-back, cool customer, but if you actually pay attention how he interacts with his teammates, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, that's good.
He's a real funny guy, man. Country as hell.
Yeah.
So, Devontae Smith again, man. It's so funny. I'm inviting the biggest guy on the team and the skinniest guy on the team. We're going, you know what I mean? So,
that's the people's concern about. Like M. Reyes says, Mailata's eating at least 1.5 full time. That is a concern. You bring it. If we're bringing the big boys, you better be ready.
Exactly.
Rub. Like, you better not be playing around.
Exactly. So I'll bring Smitty and JD. Smitty, again, he's such a laid back dude. He's somebody I would love to really get to know.
Yeah.
I want to know what makes him tick. I want to understand how he's just been battling the doubt all throughout his career. It's so funny. The Eagles are filled with a lot of players who have been doubted. Smitty and his size, Hurts and his ability to be a top tier quarterback in this NFL. Jordan Mailata, can he learn the game quick enough? Jordan Davis, can he come out of the rookie slump? You know what I mean? Can he live with expectations? So it's just these guys that these guys that we chose. We chose them for similar reasons, right? The guys that are going to bring the fun,
right?
Our big guys in the trenches, and we're going to
guys we're just trying to get to know.
Guys that we're just trying to get to know. Yeah. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to just. Smitty is such a cool customer. No matter what's going on, just calm.
Yeah, I agree.
And I also think it's really important that Smitty and Hurts they kind of came up in this Eagles thing together before AJ got there, before they became what they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smitty and Hurts, they've been through the mud together in 2021.
Well, I think
2-5 record. All them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and look, it can work a lot of different ways. Like Jay, I think went with the two guys who were. Look, there's no doubt. You're bringing Brandon Graham, you're bringing Kelsey. You're having fun with both of those guys. I mean, exactly. no deny. I mean, it's absolutely. So I'm just trying. I went a little out of the box with Jalen. Not that he's not fascinating. I just don't. I would hope that I can get Jalen relaxed and having some fun and talking. Just letting the guard down. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, how good one by Jim. This is funny. Howie, he traded for a better meal. Yes,
that's hilarious.
That's good. Yeah. All right. So let's come back and we will dig into the Eagles defense and hand out some props to Sean Desai on the job that he did against this Chiefs team to move the Eagles to 9-1 on the season. So we'll get into that when we come back. Again, Mike Catalana from Buffalo will join us at 1 o'clock. He'll give us the lowdown of what's actually really going on with the Bills. So a lot to get to. Don't go anywhere on this Thanksgiving Eve. That's Tony Shields. I'm Rob Ellis. We'll be right back. I want to tell you right now about Bravo Pizza of Havertown. Yes, thrilled that they're a part of the family. And who feels like cooking tonight? You're going to be cooking a ton tomorrow. Go to Bravo, get yourself a little pizza or a sandwich, a wrap, or wings, whatever you're into, a little salad. So you don't have to deal with it tomorrow or tonight either, for that matter. All right. So they've been family owned since 1985. They have 20 different styles of pizza, does Bravo Pizza of Havertown. They have slices to go. They have specialized pizza your way, not just pizza. As I mentioned, fresh pasta, sandwiches, wraps, wings, salads. But Bravo Pizza of Havertown is also committed to the community. They have fundraisers for charities, schools, little leagues, where the proceeds go to those organizations. You can follow them at the Bravo Pizza of on Instagram and Facebook. They're located at 1305 Westchester Pike in the Manoa Shopping Center in Havertown, PA, 1305 Westchester Pike, Manoa Shopping Center, Havertown. You can give them a call right now, 610 446-3810. 610-446-3810. A little more here on Bravo Pizza of Havertown.
I remember getting my heart broken when they lost the Super Bowl in 2004. We're big Eagles fans. We moved to South Philly because of the Eagles. When they won, we went straight to Broad Street, and everybody was going nuts over there, and it was just a memory that you'll never forget.